Hey everyone, it's De'Ara J. In this video, I'm talking about The Invisible Man. I'm still a little freaked out, but let's get it poppin'. The Invisible Man is a horror film based on the 1897 novel of the same name by H.G. Wells. Since then, there have been multiple film, TV, radio, and stage adaptations, with the first being the 1933 film produced by Universal Pictures. So the Invisible Man 2020 version is a Universal Pictures film just like the first one, and was written and directed by Leigh Wannell. Wannell has worked on other horror movies such as Insidious, Dead Silence, and Upgrade, as well as being the creator of the Saw series with his friend James Wan, which I love the Saw movies. I'm very excited for Spiral, which comes out this year and will be the 9th film of the franchise. Alright, back to The Invisible Man. To add another powerhouse in the horror film category, enter producer Jason Blum of Blumhouse Productions. He's produced the Paranormal Activity, Insidious, and the Purge series, Get Out, Us, Ma, 2018's Halloween, and most recently Fantasy Island. Pretty much any movie that's made you jump or have nightmares, Jason Blum probably produced it. As far as the cast, Elisabeth Moss stars in this film. Moss is known for her work on the AMC series Mad Men and Hulu's The Handmaid's Tale. She was also in Jordan Peele's Us, and although you may not have recognized her, she was in Girl Interrupted. Aldis Hodge you may recognize from Straight Outta Compton, Hidden Figures, Brian Banks, What Men Want, and the UK series Black Mirror. And Storm Reid, who's been in 12 Years a Slave, A Wrinkle in Time, the award-winning Netflix miniseries When They See Us, and HBO's Euphoria. So now that you know the people behind the movie, let's get into it. The Invisible Man plot is described as a woman's abusive ex takes his own life and then leaves her his fortune. And then when mysterious circumstances start happening, she believes that he's still alive, and she's basically trying to prove to everyone that she's not crazy. Okay, so with that description, how horrible! Is that where horror comes from? Okay, anyways, imagine someone who's really violent, faking their own death just to come stalk you and bother you in an invisible suit. So it's like, you know that they're not really dead, they're there, but no one believes you because you look crazy, because you're like, oh, he's invisible, you just can't see him, but he's there. That is creepy, that is scary. And I was so frustrated throughout this movie because I'm like, she is telling the truth. I know she looks really crazy, but she's telling the truth. So yes, this movie had the elements of the thriller and horror category, but it also had that subtle message on domestic violence and believing victims. Now, hopefully there aren't people out there in invisible suits, although I can think of someone who would, never mind. But this movie to me was more sad than scary. As far as the acting, Elisabeth Moss deserves a standing ovation. Her character went through so many different stages and changes, and she really kept each one distinct. And it's also a whole different ballgame doing fight scenes with someone as the audience that we can't see and still making it believable. I also liked Aldis Hodge in this movie. He portrayed a friend and a cop, so that balance of believing his friend, but also fulfilling his duties as a cop. And on top of that, his #1 priority of protecting his daughter. And as his daughter, Storm Reid, I loved her in this movie. Don't Let Go is probably her most similar role to this, but I love that she's not kept in that Disney realm and she can expand to other genres. So I like how this movie wasn't just trying to see how many times it could scare you. I think Leigh Wannell and Jason Blum make a great team for those psychological, thriller-esque kind of movies like Saw or The Purge. The ones that make you think this is actually pretty possible that this could happen because it has those underlying tones of societal issues. Also, there were some fight scenes that were a little silly looking sometimes. I don't know if there was necessarily anything they could have done about that. I mean, he's invisible, so it's gonna look like you're punching air or getting beat up by the air. So that kind of looks a little silly, especially in those longer fight scenes. I don't know, I feel like if you saw someone just on the street punching air, as long as you didn't feel like you were in danger, that would look pretty silly. It would look kind of funny. Alright, so for my rating, on a scale of 1 to 5, I give The Invisible Man. It was a nice movie to watch. I enjoyed it, and I can tell you that we definitely don't need invisible suits in this world. So if anyone was thinking of releasing invisible suits to the general public, please don't. We don't need them. But I think The Invisible Man offered more than just the horror, giving us things to think about within society, and you never know who's watching you. The Invisible Man is in theaters February 28th and is rated R. It's not a movie I suggest going to see by yourself, but hey, if you like horror movies, maybe you're brave enough to do it. Also, heads up, there will be a spin-off film, The Invisible Woman, starring Elisabeth Banks. Don't treat me like I'm invisible. Hit subscribe and the bell so you're notified when I post a new video. Comment down below if you plan to go see The Invisible Man. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching.